If you are a real estate investor and you are not virtually wholesaling in this current market, you're crazy. This hyper-competitive real estate climate that we're in, we're dealing with multiple offers above asking price for any house that gets listed on the MLS. So as a wholesaler or an investor, we're having to battle and deal with this ultra saturated market as well. One, sellers know what they have, so they don't want to let their house go for quite as much of a discount, right? But other wholesalers are all fighting for the same scraps and the same meat just to pull out some opportunities and make a quick little assignment fee. So what we've done internally is we've adjusted every single part of our organization and we started to target some of these virtual markets. Why? Well, one, we lined up a couple retail hedge funds that are literally paying 100% ARV for properties. This is unheard of for any wholesaler or investor, but in this current climate, things are shifting so quickly and so rapidly that these funds are trying to stay ahead of the curve in order to beat inflation. So some of these hedge funds, you're talking the smartest financial minds in the world, right? Big money people, big financial analysts that understand that stuff. They see the amount of money that's in circulation. In fact, 40% of all US dollars were printed last year alone. Global shutdown, the pandemic, all this market manipulation, interest rates are at an all-time low. You have PPP loan, all types of business opportunities and cheap money for these smart financial minds to utilize. So what are they doing? They're literally creating a vacuum and sucking up that money out of the economy while all the consumers are out here having fun doing their stuff. These people are literally buying tons of real estate because they see where it's going. A lot of people think we're in this massive real estate bubble. Well, we are, but this is nothing like 2008. This isn't a financial crisis. This is a housing bubble that's happening. However, housing inventory is at an all-time low. In fact, across the country, there's more than 500,000 houses that we're short. There's more buyers than there is inventory, right? Tons of new construction going on. So in my mind, I don't see this market slowing down, and the value of real estate is going to continue to rise. Commodities, hard assets, real estate in a hyperinflation scenario are the play. So what we've been doing is we're partnered with these big hedge funds who are paying retail value for these houses, right? Streamlining the process, finding these houses. At this point, all we need is for a seller to raise their hand and say, yes, I'm interested in selling. At that point, we can offer them just about anything. Hey, we'll buy your house and lease it back to you for up to a year. If your house is occupied, we're willing to let the tenant stay in place, buy that property as is, take it off your hands, right? So at this point, it's a whole different property avatar. It's a different seller that you're dealing with. So just coming back from the holiday weekend, we're dealing with a stream of emails coming through. So we got Lisa, who's running the transaction coordination part of the business. What would you say we got coming in today? We got 8 to 10 offers so far?
Yeah.
It's insane. This stuff is bananas. So we're talking like any major metro market. We're talking Atlanta, Charlotte, Oklahoma City, Tampa, Jacksonville, bunch of Florida. We're all over the place. Dallas, Houston, right? It's just insane opportunities that's come up. So instead of staying in, this one fishing hole and just trying to find a little opportunity here in Columbia, where 90% of my business is out of state right now, right? It's hard for me to find consistent deal flow like I would at one point because of this hyper competitive climate. So we've adjusted that. Smart entrepreneurs and businesses are able to see what's coming, right? And they pivot. They adjust their business model so that they can be better adapt to see what's happening in the market and move into more opportunities and find those farming territories where you can find more off-market deals. With a retail fund, that's a lot easier to do than trying to get your 70, 60% off retail value just to be able to capture a wholesale opportunity. So these are all deals that we currently have in process from across the country. We're talking St. Louis, Missouri, Clayton, North Carolina, Raleigh, North Carolina, Stone Mountain, which is in Atlanta, Georgia. Got 2 more Missouri ones in process. Houston, Texas, Columbia, SC. Antioch is right outside of Nashville, right? So at this point, we're capturing these opportunities, bringing them in, and then we're really focusing heavily on the transaction coordination part of the business, because when you have so much in process, highly important that you stay dialed in and stay on top of the communication with the sellers, with the attorneys, and make sure that the financing comes through with these large funds. As you can imagine, when they're buying hundreds of properties every single month, a lot can get lost in translation. So this is a whole type of different animal than you're used to in the traditional wholesale setting. But what we've done is really built that out and focused on the disposition process and the transaction coordination process to build out a well-oiled machine. Point of this is JV is king. If you're not nourishing and establishing joint venture relationships, you're missing the mark, right? Building out strategic investment partners in each one of these markets helps to maximize that efficiency, and we can really utilize the opportunities and the relationships that we have to build a massive platform on the shoulders of these hedge funds. Now is the best time to start than ever. So get out there and start taking massive imperfect action. If you don't already know the roadmap, find somebody that can help you grow, that can give you the tools, that can give you the strategies to cut you loose, send you out in some of these markets, start generating leads, and close some of them wholesale deals. Virtual wholesaling model is exploding, and if you're not stepping into this new virtual economy, utilizing the tools and technology that you have at your fingertips, you're gonna miss the mark. Get out there, guys. You are only one deal away. Click the link below to check out Movement Inner Circle, which is our elite network, real estate investing and Inner Circle members, where we're building out the strategies, tools, and giving you the information that you need to win in this game.